July 3rd, New York. It's a van, workers' van, driving round the bend of a mountain. On the side of the van, it says 24-hour roadside tube service. And there's a man in the road flagging the van down in like a traditional marching band outfit. He has a tuba on the ground, on the shoulder of the road. This is two panels. The first one is of a beach. Has people playing volleyball, and there's surfing, and there's a sailboat, and there's the sun is shining very brightly and has sunglasses on and is smiling. And the caption says, "The sun now." And then the panel next to it is of, it's also a beach, but there's dinosaurs on it, and there's a volcano in the background. And they're stereotypical dinosaurs. There's a T-Rex and a Brontosaurus. And the sun has not sunglasses, regular glasses, and it's got buck teeth, braces, and a pimply face. And the caption for that panel says, "The sun during its awkward phase." There's two toddlers sitting in front of a couch watching the television. On the couch is a cat. The cat is asleep. Can't see what's on the television. It's kind of framed from just behind the back of the television. And the kids are holding sippy cups. The caption says, "And every time Elmo laughs, we drink." It's of a like a used car yard, car salesman. He's standing outside his shop wearing an ugly checked suit with a tie, and there's a big sign that says sale, and there's bunting, and hooked up outside the shop is one of those wind machines that has the tube of the what is it? I don't know, he's got the things with the arms, wiggles in the wind. Anyway, there's one of those. And he looks very sad, very forlorn, and he's holding a hip flask with the lid off. And the caption says, "We're paying you to dance and be fun, not to drink and mope." There's a priest at church, but just behind the altar. He's holding a chalice. It's a geometric, weird altar. There's two candles lit. Next to him is a little altar boy. He's holding a carafe for the wine. It's called a carafe when it's at church. I don't know. And the priest, he's in regular Sunday vestments. He's looking at the altar boy. And the altar boy is saying, "My parents will come to church again if you switch to rosé." It's in an office, like an open plan office with lots of tables. Everyone's got a laptop. They're all crowded around. It's raining. And so all the workers are in raincoats and holding umbrellas while they're trying to work. And lots of people have like flasks or thermoses. And there's one person stopped talking to another man, looking up at her, and the caption says, "First the open floor plan, now this." In a doctor's office, there's a gentleman sitting on the bed, upright. He has stripped down. He has a holster with a gun, and he has long hair and it's tied back into a ponytail. And there's a doctor sitting in front of him. He has a stethoscope in his pocket. He's sitting on like a little wheelie stool. He's holding a clipboard. And the man is saying to the doctor, "I'd like to keep my gun on." It's a beach. There's a woman sitting in a chair, a beach chair. She's painting a picture. She's wearing a big sun hat. She's painting a picture of the ocean, but there's a man frantically waving like he's stereotypically drowning. And two people are walking by in their bathers looking back at the painting. Yeah. It's of a elaborate gravestone. There's a small little wire fence around it. It's like a cubey thing with columns, and engraved into it, it says, "Tomb of the Unknown +1s." A man and a woman are in bed, and the man is reaching towards the woman, and the woman is reaching towards the man, and there's some motion happening because there's little lines around them. In the bed is a very large headboard. It's an apartment block because you can see other apartments outside and the night sky, and there's a little crescent moon. There's two big lamps on the bedside tables, and at the foot of the bed are three little pot plants, and the woman is looking at the man, and she looks a little concerned, and she says, "Please, John, think of the plants." look like a aerobics or a yoga class. Oh, it's yoga, there's mats. And there's 4 people standing around. Oh, actually 3. 2 are standing at the foreground, and in the background is one person bending over, touching his toes, and then next to him there's a woman stretching out her hamstring. Now in the forefront, now all these people are in like gym clothes, but some are gym clothes, and none of them are wearing long pants. They're all shorts and tank tops. And there's a woman stretching her arm like this, looking at a gentleman who has a pot belly, and his belly is sticking out of his singlet. He's looking down and saying, "It's mostly just excess food turned into fat weight." On the subway, a woman is holding on to the pole, and she looks very angry. She's wearing a professional, like a collared shirt, but we see her from the back, and a A-line skirt. She's wearing high heels, hoop earrings, and her hair is up in a bun-like fashion, but it's kind of curly, so you can't tell if it's just up or in a bun shape. And she's glaring at this gentleman who is sitting, looking surprised, and he has both his hands up like this. And the caption says, No, I just have resting perv face." There's a woman making a shadow puppet, and the woman, she looks like a classic like a mind trick where if you look at her one way, she looks like a woman, a young woman, and with the nice curve of her neck. But if you focus on other parts of her, she looks like an old crone with a big nose. And the shadow puppet she's making is the one that's the duck that looks like the rabbit. And there's a boy in bed looking at the shadow puppet. So it's a CEO's office with a large window of the New York skyline, and there's 5 men in there crowded around a executive's desk. They're all in suits, and the man behind the desk is saying, "I suggest we continue to treat everything as allegations until such time as we all have to plead guilty." Okay. This week's... the winning caption. We'll start with the winning caption. It's the one of the coffee shop with the pirate behind the cash register. and everyone kind of looking annoyed, and like the giant anchor covered in seaweed is an inconvenience in the coffee shop. The winning caption is, "Complain all you want, but I haven't lost a bathroom key yet." So, the finalists for this cartoon is of the man in the hospital bed wearing the hat with the two beers on either side and the lines going down like an IV into his arms. And there's a woman sitting next to his hospital bed holding a bag. And the finalists for the captions are, there's 3. The doctor says I have only 3 months to party. Medical license. No, but he has a liquor license. I was just transferred to the fraternity ward. Now, this week's contest is of, I guess they look, it's 2 people in weird armor that's like not Viking and it's not medieval. So he's got like a fringed, like pleated leather skirts. There's 2 men on horses wearing pleated leather skirts, and like chainmail protective material around the side here, like a Legionnaire's dealie, but the hat at the top is like a cap with horns coming off of it. And their horses have face coverings and then long pieces of fabric coming off the side of their harnesses, and they're holding a big like a totem flagpole, and this kind of looks like an owl with a 5-sided star in it. Anyway, these 2 Vikings are leading a gaggle of businessmen along a path, and it seems like the businessmen, the line, so they're in 2s, the line of the businessmen goes on for a very long time over the rolling hills behind them. So you can see like 3 rolling hills in the background. That's the contest.